Okay, good morning, folks, and welcome to Swing Trading Today. This is Bob Desmond, and it is the 27th of January, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome aboard. Okay, the topic of today, obviously, as usual, is going to be the pre-market activity, and then, of course, what we want to talk about is GameStop. And what happened last night by everyone's favorite billionaire, Elon Musk. But before we get to GameStop and the pre-market activity, I want to talk to you about our sponsor, which is TrendSpider. TrendSpider is the next level in automated technical analysis, scanning, charts, automation, backtesting, monitoring, alerts, insights. Automate your grunt work, reduce costly mistakes, and find winning trade setups and time your trades with precision. If you're not using TrendSpider, your competitors are. And this is a very competitive business, what we're doing, which is technical analysis. So please take advantage of our 35% discount. Use that link below. Go over, check out, and get equipped for 21st century trading. Automate your grunt work, save time, and improve your accuracy. TrendSpider, again, 35% discount code below. Go get it now. Free with our silver and gold level memberships. Okay, in front of you right now, what you're watching is GameStop. It just tapped 310. That was the high of the morning. We closed out the day at 147. So overnight, we have doubled, folks. More than doubled. The question is this sustainable? The answer is no. This is a parabolic blow off top like nothing I've ever seen before, to be honest with you. So I'm going to go to a daily chart in a moment, but I'm fascinated by GameStop right now and its ability to continue to press up higher. We're about to take out the highs of the session. Let's see if they can do it. Backed off a little bit. So 310 the high. We'll set up an alert here so we don't stare at this. At or above. GME new high. We just broke out to new highs. 312. 312. Our alerts at 313.83. That'll probably fire off in about 20 seconds. This is obscene. There we go. We're going to get taken out right now. I'm surprised this didn't fire off my alert. TrendSpider would have fired off. All right. For whatever reason, this did not fire off. Maybe I set it up wrong. But now we're at nearly 320 per share. Let's take a look at where we closed out yesterday. Let's set it up at 325 to make this interesting. Actually, 326. Alert when games start at or above. Oh, it's the pre-market. That's why. It doesn't work on the pre-market. Sometimes it does, though. That's weird with Thinkorswim. Okay, let's take a look at the daily chart as we near 325 per share. Okay, so this is why it's not going to end well. I think that this thing is going to topple like a ton of bricks today. We have RSI. This is the closing price as of yesterday. It doesn't include the fact that we doubled overnight. We closed out the day yesterday with RSI at 95.84. Think about it. Technical analysis for dummies, they'll tell you that anything above 70 is overbought. If you would have used that rule of thumb back here, let's say on the 13th, on this move up higher, it went above 70 at about $21 a share. So this is like the perfect test case for never, ever, 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 ever use 70 as being overbought and then look to sell your shares or look to short a stock, because you will go broke. And believe me, this is an absurd exception to what normally happens, but it can happen. It is happening. It's for real. And some hedge funds are probably going to go bust today. So at some point in time, SEC is going to move in here. I have zero against the folks over at Reddit, but it's the one thing they need to appreciate is that Wall Street does not like competition. And while I believe that, yeah, they are right now the big swinging you-know-what's out there versus the Wall Streeters, at some point in time, Wall Street's going to use their leverage, and they're going to clamp down, and they're going to get on the SEC to put a stop to this. So beware. I know there's a lot of folks over there using YOLO, you only live once type of attitude, and God, I respect your attitude, but man, if you're long at this, you gotta book profits, man. You gotta book profits. I mean, this is insanity. Think about it. RSI at near 96, and we've doubled overnight. It doesn't include the price action this morning. Take a look at the weekly chart. Weekly chart, we have RSI 95. RSI monthly time frame, 96. You can easily see retracement in one day down to 40, let's call it $45 a share. We'll round up. And I would not buy that dip. So please, folks, for those out there that made a killing, God bless you. Time to ring the bell here. Because if the other traders don't get you, the government certainly will by clamping down on these forums. Let's take a look at how TrendSpider is reading this. Yeah, it's all very similar. Insanity. And this does not reflect the price action overnight. Oh boy. Now we're at 330, we just hit 332. Incredible. This is so reminiscent of the dot-com bubble. I can't tell you. But at least many of the dot-com, I shouldn't say the dot-coms, the semis which were flying, and I was trading the semis back then. At least they had earnings. The dot-coms did not have earnings. But the semis certainly did because they were building out the internet. Now we're nearing 340. Okay, let's get to the pre-market activity. Good morning, and you cool? Will the Reddit guys keep holding or sell at some point? This is so insane, LOL. I was talking to a young trader the other day, and he was talking about the Wall Street Bets subreddit, and He's a really nice kid. Very, very nice kid. 27 years old. Really like him. And I was talking about my experience back in 2000 when it all went bust. And I said, do yourself a favor. You're making a lot of money right now. You had a good year last year. Did you pay your taxes? And he goes, no, not yet. He said, I'm thinking about putting it off, and I'll pay a little bit of the IRS surcharges for being late just so I can keep my money in the market. And I did a double take, and I said, I beg of you, what you just told me is so indicative of a top. I beg of you, please think about booking some profits, get ready to pay your taxes so you have the cash there, because I was in a similar situation back in 2000, and I shared my experience, and hopefully he got them. We just hit 337. Hopefully he got the message and acted on it. But my point is that the euphoria, the YOLO, you only live once, right? But these guys are in their 20s, and they don't know what life has to hold yet. They're very young, and this can go on forever. They have no fear, and that's what you're seeing here. And they're holding the line, and they're buying. So this is not going to last. You know, the Wall Streeters will figure out a way around this, whether it be loading up on put options and then making a call out to the SEC or the whatever FCC or whatever, whoever could step in and put a stop to that subreddit, put a lot of pressure on the Reddit people to shut them down in some form or fashion. You know, that's what I fear, and I don't think that's right to do. But I wouldn't put it past these guys on Wall Street. They're ruthless. So there's a lot of money to be made here to the short side. It's not going to get lost on the Wall Street guys. The technicals are not going to get lost on the Wall Street guys. This is unsustainable. It's not going to last. They're going to try to make money on this somehow, and it's going to be nefarious the way they do it, and a lot of people are going to get hurt unless they really begin. We're nearing 350 right now. A lot of people are going to get hurt unless they book profits and make it real. Daniel, morning. I mentioned Codex on Sunday. What do you think of it today? If we have time, I'll go over that for you, Daniel. WG Shocker, good morning. I was asked about AMC, and we spoke about this a few months ago. And the guy left me a note on YouTube. He's like, we spoke about this, and I was thinking about buying like 25,000 shares of AMC back here. And I said, don't do it. And the guy's kicking himself right now. And I want to address that. And just so anybody doesn't think I'm BSing, here, let me show you. Here, let me see if it comes up. Yeah, Falcon. Bob, seriously, I'm dying inside. A few weeks ago on Sunday analysis, I said, Bob, my gut is telling me to buy 25,000 shares of AMC. We spoke of bankruptcy, my concerns. I'm sick to my stomach. I get it. But here's the thing. I know that armchair quarterbacking is a very powerful thing, but let's face it, when we spoke about it, AMC, and it could still happen, AMC was on the verge of bankruptcy. If they weren't handed a $900 million lifeline the other day, they probably would be bankrupt, and they could have just as easily gone the opposite direction and gone the way of the dodo bird. So yeah. Has it moved up higher significantly? Sure. Will it move up higher from here? Quite possibly. Will it be in business this time next year? I don't know. And while it looks very attractive to speculate like this, These are all the markers of a market top. So, we can kick ourselves all we want, but when the rubber meets the road and reality begins to hit and these things begin to sell off, you're going to be happy that you have your cash, even though you didn't make any money on it. You'll be satisfied that you have your cash and you didn't make emotional bets on this market. Here's GameStop now. What do? We hit a high of 344. This is going to end very, very tragically. So, and I'm not even saying it's a top right here, right now. They're pumping it up, very light volume. What's our volume? This candlestick here, we went from a low of 294.30 to a high of 244 on how much volume? Less than 300,000 shares did that. Think about it. How many shares were traded yesterday? Shares traded yesterday, let's call it 179 million shares. So this is nuts. On this kind of volume, this move, it's unsustainable. It's not going to last. I'm not going to be the least bit surprised to see this thing close down today, if not tomorrow. It's unsustainable. Will I buy those puts? No way. No way. They're too expensive. Okay, let's take a look at the markets. AMC was only at $6 just prior to COVID lockdowns. Yeah, and so it's a very good point. So what is it doing where it's at current? So here was COVID. The thing was selling off here. What was the high? We'll go with the high. $7.79 was the high of 2020. Let me amend that, just in case. High was 771 on the rebound from, no, actually, 779 prior to. So here we are now with hitting a high of $14. The shares nearly more than doubled. On what? The fact that they got a lifeline? That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, let's go to the pre-market futures. U.S. dollar. Let's pull back here. Weekday yesterday, strong day today. We remain in this sideways consolidation. Possible head and shoulders set up. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Here's the neckline down here in red. Let's check out how commodities are trading. Gold, not looking good. It's broken down below support. It's off the lows of the session, but it's not looking good. I think it's more of a buyer's strike than anything else. There's no demand. Everybody wants high beta. It's a risk-on environment until it's not. When it becomes risk-off, then everybody's going to appreciate gold. Silver's actually looking okay here. Despite the fact we're down just shy of a half percentage point, we're flirting with a breakout 4-hour time frame above this upper band of resistance. So silver is looking interesting to me. It's looking better than gold, that's for sure. The Russell 2000. I'm not sure your name is because it's an Asian font, so pardon me for not saying your name, which I usually like to do. You think it will be SEC halted later on? I'm assuming GameStop. It's entirely possible. They halted it yesterday. At least the exchange did. It's entirely possible. And you have the Federal Reserve speaking today, and they could easily throw a little bit of hot water on this speculative market. And if they do that, look out below. The Russell 2000 down nearly a half percentage point. We broke support yesterday. Lalo. To the moon. Hey, when I see you guys, I think of myself back in 2000, and you bring me back, I don't know, 20 odd years. So more power to you. Raise enough capital to pay your taxes, though. Okay, so we broke down yesterday on the small caps. Now what we're doing is we're attempting to recapture what was support is now resistance. So we broke out here on Tuesday, failed to hold it into the close yesterday. So beware, the small caps not looking good here. I'm not calling a top, but should we break down below the support level right here, I could actually move this up a little bit. At 2109, it's not going to get pretty for the small caps. The NASDAQ 100, what's keeping this up this morning? Look no further than Microsoft. Huge earnings last night. The shares of MSFT are the largest component of the triple Qs, and that will drive the NASDAQ 100 higher today, unless, of course, they sell Microsoft off. And then everything rolls over. But it looks as though we're consolidating, getting ready for a breakout here on the NASDAQ 100. S&P 500, where is it? There it is. Weak this morning, and we broke down yesterday. Again, this is a 4-hour chart. So when I'm talking about 4-hour chart, this is not a daily chart, not a weekly chart. So it's significant, but you don't go selling your portfolio on this. So we broke out here yesterday. We rolled back over, failed to hold the breakout, weak. Here's our alert, 3786. If that gets taken out, in all probability, we're selling off hard. Let's take a look at Microsoft this morning. Monster. So what I'll be looking for here, one of the most important events of the day, will be, how does Microsoft close? Do they sell it off and close it down? Or does it continue up higher? This will set the tone for the triple Qs. Let's just check back in quickly with GameStop. I'm fascinated. How is volume here on the selling bar? 325,000 shares. Amazing. We'll circle back to this. What else do we want to talk about this morning? I'm going to take a couple of chart requests. I think we covered it. So, Codex for Daniel. All right. Let's get these drawings off. It's looking good. Outside reversal bar in a monthly time frame. Oh, folks, tomorrow night, Thursday Night Futures Live, we go live and we review the weekly chart of all of the major indexes. All right, so let's get rid of this. You can see that we broke out here in October. Now we're consolidating, retesting prior support from back in February. And good month. We've taken out the lows of the prior month, but we reversed to close, at least as of last night, above last month's highs. Very bullish. Matt, of what? Of GME? Weekly chart, very close to a breakout here. You do have a volume shelf above. No, man, you gotta no. Did you make money? How old are you, Matt? Tell me if you made money and how old are you? GME is not going to 2000. 35? Listen, pal. You made $700. I don't know what percentage of that, what your percentage return was, but don't sneeze at a profit. Pat yourself on the back. Take some of that money, put it in the bank, money market, put it towards your taxes, and with the rest, take your wife or your girlfriend out to dinner and congratulate yourself. Because GameStop is not going to end well. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to end well. All right, so you did a good job. Don't beat yourself up. So I'm looking for a breakout here on Codex above $12.79 per share. Ideally, you start nibbling above, you start inching above $15 per share. A lot of resistance up here, but I'd be okay with starting to scratch the itch, accumulating a position on a breakout above $12.79. You're welcome, Matt. We've all been there, not to this degree, but we've all been there. Trading is a matter of discipline. Control those emotions and you're always going to be fine. That FOMO is a real SOB. So, yeah, Daniel, I mean, we have a lot of resistance above here. We're leaning into it at current. I would wait for the breakout above $12.79, scratch the itch, then look to add on a close above $15 a share. Looks good overall, but you have some resistance above. Let me check the members area. I should have done that first. Let's bring up, while I'm bringing this up, let's bring up GameStop for entertainment value. Bear with me, folks. So it looks like they're going to inch it up higher here. But this bar right here, right now, it's up on 7,800 shares. That's it. Okay, bear with me. Almost there. Franklin, Redfin. Okay, Redfin. All right, we know this is a hot stock, so I'm going to start off with the weekly chart. The first thing that gets to me here is that while we're above our resistance level at 78.77, for several weeks we've had topping action on Redfin. 83.83 is, play that number, is the upper band of the trading range where there are known sellers. I don't believe that there is resistance above here at all, historical resistance. Let me validate that. Yeah, there's no overhead supply up there. So we can work through this fairly easily. At current, we're above our initial resistance level, 78.77. Daily chart. Now, we broke out and above it yesterday, and what I like here as well are the higher lows. I would do this. I'd set an alert up here at 78.77. Keep a little bit of sensitivity on it. And I would open up, Jesus Christ, Bob, a small position, then add more on a rally up and through the primary upper band, no sensitivity. So there's no guarantee we're going to pull back to support and retest it. I think it's probable, given the topping action yesterday and the weakness of the Russell 2000. But if it doesn't pull back and fire off that alert, I would wait for a breakout above this resistance level here at around 84 bucks a share and look to get long there. Justin, GME will come close to 1,000 by tomorrow. Your lips to God's ears. I mean, I'll pull up a bag of popcorn and watch it with you. But don't underestimate these guys on the street. They're ruthless buggers. All right, folks. With that, I'm going to say everybody have a profitable trading day. Please smash the like button and join us tomorrow night, Thursday night stock charts live. That's where we review the weekly charts, and we'll take some chart requests. And until then, everybody have a profitable trading day. Beware the FOMO. And to our friends over at Wall Street Bets, you guys are savages, and I'll talk to you soon. Be well.